Welcome back, everyone. My name is Eltimar, and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Where we left off last time, we had just finished up talking to a kobold. I have moved over here. We're going to do Heaven's Edge, which is the area where we have to investigate what happened years ago to Darren's family. After this, we may go somewhere else, depending on how much time this takes. So, let's go talk to Regil. Oh, we have a cutscene.
My not so numerous, but nonetheless dearest guests. About a year ago at my last birthday party, I assured you all that I nurtured a deep-seated hatred for boring people who give protracted speeches in the misplaced belief that their inner thoughts are of any interest to anyone but themselves. Now I am a whole year older and also a full-fledged crusader. An honorable position that requires me to be as dull, pedantic, and vexing as I possibly can. Therefore, a speech it is.
Darren's face is impossible to read. He has his usual half-smirk fixed in place, his eyes gleaming with excitement, but his anxious gaze wanders for just a moment too long before he begins his speech.
The revered cleric Nestrin, my guardian and tutor, often told me that those who live a sinful life may expect to join the abyssal hordes after they die. This is why their path is the most despicable of all. A part of their soul may return to Mendev in the abominable form of a demonic invader. Every time we see a demon, we might as well think about it. What if this wretched creature used to be your great-great-grandfather? What if certain parts of this pointy-tailed beauty used to belong to your pious cousin? They say that the demons represent the sins of the souls they are made of. Succubi emerge out of lustful souls. Vandals turn into Abracandilu. Gluttons become Nabasu. I, for one, am determined to commit as many different sins as possible, so that the distributive mechanism of the abyss breaks when it tries to decide what to do with my soul. You, my dearest guests, will be my assistants in this complicated task. Eat, drink, and indulge yourselves in whatever vices you can. Let nobody leave this house as righteous as they entered it. Live every day like it's your last. After all, nobody knows when that day will arrive, do they?
Darren smirks, finishes his wine, and tosses the glass to the ground. How interesting. Inquisitor Leoder whispers in your ear from behind. Did you find anything interesting? Nothing really, just took note of a few things. I attempted to find out whether anything unusual or mysterious has happened to the Count over the last 10 years. During my conversations with his acquaintances, two people noted that he never speaks of the revered Nestrin, the priest of Iamade who was his guardian and tutor. Yet he just mentioned Nestrin in his speech, whatever that might mean. He told me he tried to find out if anything odd had happened to Darren over the last 10 years. Some of his servants complained about strange occurrences in the house, like objects moving by themselves or candles going out. Of course, that could simply be a figment of their imagination. It is also very well known that the Count often invites various spellcasters to entertain him, and encourages them to use their magic in mischievous ways. Practically the whole Mendev knows the story about the three drunk wizards and their teleportation race across the roofs of Canaveras after a party at the Count's house. What I'm trying to say here is that any fluctuations in residual magic in this house are not at all surprising. There was the matter of the abduction, however. A gang of bandits kidnapped the Count, hoping for a ransom, but the only reward they got was death. Afterwards, the Count told everyone that he had hired the bandits himself as a joke. The other mercenary squad that freed him and executed the bandits was also in his employ. Nobody really wanted to delve too deeply into the case after confirming the identities of those wretched cutthroats, but there was one disturbing fact of it all, and I don't mean the Count's bizarre idea of fun. The mercenaries who supposedly freed him had also cut off the bandits' heads after they had already killed them. My companions have been finding severed heads among their belongings recently. Strangely, things like that weren't a problem before Darren joined the party. What? That's an alarming coincidence. Now we have another reason to conduct an investigation. It's crucial we find out what exactly happened at that tragic feast. Their heads were cut off? You mean the bandits who attacked Darren? Yes, perhaps I wouldn't even have noticed this detail had I not visited Heaven's Edge right after the tragic incident. I remember that we also found several headless bodies, both of guests and demons. We thought they had been decapitated during the fight. What do we need to do, Inquisitor? Now that's the hardest part. I need to dive deep into the past of this place, which requires casting several different spells over some time. It would be very convenient for me if nobody interrupted the process, especially the Count himself. I don't think he remembers my face, but a suspicious stranger casting unknown spells might attract his attention. All in all, what I want you to do is distract the master of the house. Right now he's playing host in the very place I would like to start with. How do I distract him? I don't know. Maybe your companions can assist somehow? Or you can take a look around. Maybe there's something that'll help us. I understand. Alright, let's go take a look around. There is a bunch of food. Tainted fowl. Nice. Good. Solid.
Keep your calm.
There's some Keonan berry wine. ×2. It's worth a good amount of money. Let's talk to Sela. You never know when or if you'll get another chance to rest and have some fun during wartime. I'd rather take my chance while I can. So I've somehow landed at the party of a royal brat. Go figure. Regil. This estate could be remade into a formidable defensive outpost. It should be expropriated for the sake of the war effort, and the owners compensated after victory is secured. It's a knowledge world check. Let's see what we can do here.
It seems my expertise was not enough.
We could do this. Maybe. We'll give it a couple attempts.
I must accept my...
Come on. We can do this. Make it happen. We have +8, which means we should be able to do it.
I must accept my failure.
What are our rolls here? 1, 4, 3. Statistically, we're bound for above 10 roll at this point in time, you would think. We rolled all the lowest, like, sub 20%.
It seems my expertise
Good
was
God.
not enough.
Now we've rolled 1, 2, 3, wait, 1, 3, 4, 5.
I must rest to
Statistically, we got him. It's got to happen. I just want to know what this says.
It seems my expertise...
Oh, we've gone back down to
was
1
not
again.
enough.
Oops, I just punched my microphone stand. My bad, sorry. I was wiggling my hand around in some annoyance.
That
There we go.
goes,
There are
little
occasional
challenge.
traces of older masonry and foundations. It looks like this building was reconstructed several times. Okay, that wasn't that exciting, but
Watch out for trouble.
experience is exciting. And we're not really all that close to a level. Does Silziel want to talk to us about anything? I can imagine how lovely this manor must have been before the war. I yearn to set up my easel in one of the pleasant little alcoves and paint to my heart's content. Well, I guess we're gonna go pour some wine here in a second.
Keep
Where's
your
Nenio?
calm.
Is Nenio not part of this party? Has she gone into... Oh, there's Camellia over there. I adore this estate. So much beauty. So many quiet nooks. Everything here is just so sparkly. I'm going to take a look at this thing and put it right back. Honest. I'm going to steal more things. Shalaxian wine. There's Ember. I don't like it in here. This party is stupid. The psychological premise for the mortal's attraction to the sites of mass murder or gluttony. Which article for my encyclopedia should I focus on now? I do remember you calling on me to save the count. Alright, we're gonna have to...
Roads to
I like how our horse is
success.
here, and it's part of the party, technically. That's just amusing. Darren, who has been watching the guests with an unreadable expression, turns his head to you and says in a casual tone, like he's continuing a conversation that was interrupted, I've always considered myself an athlete? Aesthete? Aesthete? I have no idea how to say that word. Not a hero. When doomsday comes, I thought I'd pour myself a glass of 100-year-old wine, sit in the front row, and just watch the world burn. Playing the violin was also an option. Now, I'll be damned if I know how I ended up in the First or the Fifth Crusade. How did I become the companion of a hero chosen by Iomade? Sometimes those casual occurrences dictate our fate's course. I'm afraid that's not always the case. Sometimes it's dictated by alien, but wholly deliberate forces. I spill wine on Darren's suit. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Did you also not mean to ruin a suit that costs more than a thoroughbred? Don't fret, I have a spare. Just you wait, when I return I shall look even more stunning. You can also tell him to give you a report, but then he kind of likes that a lot less. Let's go tell Leodor he can cast his spell. I see that you did your part, Commander. Thank you. Now get ready to watch and listen closely. I will unravel the past of this place and try and show you whatever I find. The hum of voices, laughter, and music fills your mind. When the visions come, fragmented and hazy at first, but eventually coalescing to reveal a single face. It's a woman of stunning, heavenly beauty, and her delicate features instantly tell you who she is. The family resemblance to Darren is obvious. My dear guests, the Lady of Heaven's Edge welcomes all of you today. I hope this day is as bright for you as it is for me, because on this day, my only precious, sometimes arrogant, but utterly beloved child was born. A child is usually a reflection of their parents and caretakers. Countess, will you allow the humble tutor of this young man to address the guests and the man of the hour as well? A new face appears. It's a handsome old man with a strong, dignified posture and a voice that emanates power. Can't we just have one day without your sermons? It's my birthday after all. 10 years ago, the young Darren had an utterly angelic appearance. His table manners and expression lacked the dignity of a true angel, however. Day, I'm sure the revered Nestrin only wanted to hug you and offer you his best wishes on your birthday. Wait, what's that noise? The shrill laughter rings in your ears and reverberates in the base of your skull. In the vision, a Lilitu appears before the guests of the estate and gives them an exaggerated, scornful bow. The sorceress of evil has come to your celebration, mortals. Did you prepare a treat for me too? What do you want, spawn of the abyss? I've already done everything I wanted to. Hey, you doddering cleric, look around. Don't you notice anything odd? The plague is in your wine, in your food, in the air around you, in your blood. Soon you will all die. Pray to your pathetic goddess and call upon your healing powers all you want, but they're not going to help you. Nothing will help you. I will give you a chance to see it for yourselves, and when I return, the grave realization will have already sunk its teeth into your throats. Oh, how I love watching mortals in their final desperate hours. The demon finishes her speech with an air kiss on Darren, making him freeze in horror, and she disappears. Leodor shakes his head and slowly exhales, rubbing his temples. The first appearance of the disease and the Lilitu, one of the many sisters of the accursed Minago. So far, everything I've seen matches the official version of events. Surely the cleric could have done something. I can't say for certain, but I believe there's nothing he could have done. Magical diseases are already difficult enough to cure, and this plague struck very fast indeed. Now we must find out what happened next. What now? I can sense the aftershocks of a very strong outburst of emotions and memories somewhere in the west wing of the home. Something must have happened in one of the rooms, so please check if anyone's there, and distract them if need be. Alrighty, up we go. Western side of the home. Actually, before we go to the west hand side of the home, let's go to the east hand side of the home. Let's see if we can loot some things. There's actually not very many places that we can go through in here. But there is some elemental essence. And I think that's actually all we can get. Yeah, we can't go through the wall. It's a pretty nice estate. I definitely wouldn't mind it. Although, to be fair, having a great hall like this would be only good if you have a lot of guests. Otherwise, it'd be kind of pointless. It'd also be very drafty in there, I would imagine. And I don't see a fireplace. Why wouldn't you have a fireplace in your great hall? This place would be very cold a lot of the time. Well, Darren's in here shirtless, but we're not going to go see him yet. Let's go deal with this not quite looting person, but I'm going to do some looting. We failed a perception check, damn it. Oh, we were never going to pass that. DC 30, we have +3. Yeah, no. I just saw a portrait of Darren's mom, so she was an Aasimar too, huh? Some people get a celestial bloodline, some people get tons of money and a title, while others get horns and a slap in the face.
Focus on the goal.
Too bad we can't get the thing. The door is sealed and looks like it hasn't been opened in a very long time. There's no way we were making that perception check, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll save, though. Just in case. Time to loot the rest of the room. And what was this perception check? Could we have done this one? We maybe could have done that one. Alright, let's try a couple attempts to get that perception check. We need a 17 or above. It's probably not going to happen. But we'll give it like 3 or 4 attempts. It's always a chance. Don't want to spend too long trying. At least we're rolling above 10 now. Oh no, things are getting worse over time. How many times do we give this? 3, 4, maybe 5?
Watch out for trouble.
It really is getting worse over time. We started at 12, or like 13, and now it's gone to like 12, 11,
I
8.
must replenish my powers. Watch out for
Our
trouble.
perception skills are not the greatest. Alright, we'll do one more, and then I'm gonna... Or you know what I could do? I could just jump cut it until I get it. I'll do that. I'll be right back. Alright, we finally got the perception check to work. Just as a kind of aside, it took a few attempts. Not as many as I thought, but quite a few. Anyways, let's see what we even get out of it. I think it's just some books. Oh no, scrolls, sorry. We get a scroll of blink, glitter dust, and some dispel magics. I don't know if that was really worth the amount of time I spent reloading, but you know what? It's fine. Everything worked out in the end. Let's distract Darren again. Darren arches a brow at you, but he doesn't seem to be disturbed in the slightest by your entrance. He's not trying to cover up or get dressed any faster. Commander, I assume you have an urgent matter that requires my attention? I am absolutely confident you won't be able to persuade Sela to dance with you. Well, I can imagine it. A lady graciously tearing down the curtains with her shield, her armor clinking melodiously to the music. I wonder if I could keep a straight face and drip honeyed words in her for the whole dance. You've given me a brilliant idea. Bye, Darren. And now Leoder will show up, so we can do the next thingy. I see you were able to do as I asked. Prepare yourself. This vision might be rather difficult to watch. Young Darren stands motionless by the Countess's bed. His face is pale with fear, and for good reason. His mother's heavenly beauty is gone. Her smile, once beaming with vitality and happiness, looks more like the grimace of a corpse. Only her golden hair still glows, a sad reminder of the healthy woman she was just a few hours ago. Mother, can you hear me? Mother! Day, my boy, how did you get here? The Countess's voice is fading. Don't come any closer, this disease... Mother, listen, the revered Nestrin has sealed the gates. He says that he won't let anyone leave the estate. If the plague reaches the larger settlements, no one will be able to stop it. He claims this is why the demons attacked us in the first place. They knew we would call upon the strongest clerics to heal us, and those clerics would catch the diseases and die as well. The fat baron and his family tried to escape, but 3 armed paladins barred their way and said that they would not let them go. Mother, we need help. Canabras is full of clerics, wizards, and demons know who else. They might know how to stop it. We need to get there as soon as possible. We must obey the revered Nestrin. We are the lords of Mendev, and we must protect our people. If the plague, if it reaches Canabras, thousands of innocent people will die. I don't care about any innocence. Darren's voice rises to a shout. You're ill, Mother. You're dying. You must tell them to open the gates and take you to Canabras. They won't listen to me, but you are the lady of the estate. They can't refuse you. I can't. I must. Please leave, my dearest. Don't lose hope. You can still... A convulsion overtakes the Countess's body. Her last words are swallowed by a long, guttural groan. Leoder warily rubs his temples, but his face is unreadable. Now I have an answer to one of my many questions. Nobody went to Canabras in search of help because the revered Nestrin didn't let them. He valued the safety of the city more than the lives of his flock at the estate. What a difficult choice it must have been. He made the right choice, there was no other way. I am almost certain that Count Darren has another opinion on the matter. A very, very strong one. Leodor rubs his chin thoughtfully. I've never been in the revered Nestrin's position, but I know the price of difficult decisions, especially those you have to make quickly. I have no right to judge him, but we must continue our investigation. The next site I'd like to examine is the Great Hall. This is where we found the remains of Nestrin and the demons. I assume he killed them in a confrontation, but we must make sure of that. Help me clear the area so I can study it. Anything up here? No. Let's go talk to some people. There's just a cloak floating in the air. Okay. What's wrong, Count? Did you really expect me to do courtly waltzes? She table dancing. Sela, you would definitely be one of those girls at the bar, on top of the bar dancing. I don't feel like I'm the one leading in this dance. You would also be taken down by a bouncer at some point. Don't try to weasel out of it now. You're not leaving to this table until the music is over. Alright, let's talk to some people. Not Darren, not Ciela. Lan, what do you got? How can a single family or even a person live in a house large enough for my entire tribe? Both this place and its owner make me think how deceptive appearances can be, but I cannot deny that the wine here is very good. I wonder why the demons who attacked Heaven's Edge chose plague as their weapon. It was so unimaginative. I just saw a portrait of Darren's... Oh, we already did that one too. Regil, what you got? Don't think I underestimate the importance of quality rest for soldiers, but this revelry isn't rest, it's decadence. There's so much food in here, if I let Sut eat everything she wants, she'll become twice as fat and won't be able to fly anymore. That is actually probably true. Leodor's over there, he wants us to clear out some people. We're missing someone, where's Nenio?
I will guide.
It's possible that Nenio's somewhere else. There's a Crusader, a couple of them out here. Where is Nenio? Was she at the table? Maybe we missed her at the table. Yeah, there she is. Compulsive food consumption may be a symptom of several serious neurological disorders. It may also indicate that the food question boasts exceptional palatability. We're gonna steal more Chilaxian wine. Alright, drinking contest. There's a feverish gleam to Darren's eyes, owing either to tipsiness or some overabundance of emotion. Oh there, Eltimar. I utterly loathe you for persuading me to ask Sela to dance. It was the most abominable experience of my life. I absolutely must do it again, just lest me catch my breath. How are you enjoying my party? Are you having a good time? Yeah, I'm having the time of my life. At least someone here is having fun. Fine, let's change the subject. I thought the unique ambiance of Heaven's Edge, and the fact that we're on the very border with the Whirlwind would make this celebration special. I thought the past would resurface and make itself known. Darren smirks bitterly. Well, it seems even ghosts don't want to attend my parties anymore. What can we do to liven up the evening? You know what? I think it's time for a drinking contest. Ah, yes, the tried and trusted method for salvaging a dull party. For salvaging anything, really. I'm ready. But who's my competition? Sela, we'll fight for the honor of all paladins. Yes, sir, Commander. Darren, my boy? Still got time to back out. You don't want Auntie Sela to spank you in front of everyone now, do you? What do you do if I win? Are you gonna cry and pray to Iamade for an alcohol resistance aura? No, that would be something worth seeing. Let's drink until one of us falls unconscious or begs for mercy. And so they drink. That was just a little warm-up, I say. Up for more? The fear of your inevitable defeat has already got the better of you, Darren. I can see it in your eyes. Boy, come on, let's have another round. Will this be the one that knocks you flat? Falling in battle against such a worthy opponent wouldn't even bruise my ego, especially if you carry me upstairs to bed afterwards. I'm cheering for Darren. Go on, Count. Show us what you got. That was unexpected. I thought everyone was against me. Whoa, are we done here? Or are you ready for another round? To whom should I dedicate this glorious feat? Putting the haughty, self-absorbed prick of a count in his place? To my dearest royal cousin. I'm sure any failure of mine will bring her joy. Oh, my head feels funny. Darren's not even drinking. I think his model is just kind of in a staggered state now. My grandfather, or maybe my great-grandmother, put this bottle in the family cellar. So why did it fail the sign of the illustrious Erendes in this time of need? Darren looks a bit unsteady on his feet. I don't feel very well. Hey everyone, let's go back outside. I need some fresh air in my lungs. He is drunk. He tried to walk through a chair. And it kind of worked, honestly. Maybe that's Woljif, but Woljif is kind of like a chair. Here we are again, Commander. Leodor looks grim but focused. So let's take another glimpse at the past. A ripple of laughter flows through the hall. It begins as a sweet, charming chuckle, but then turns into a rasping cackle that makes Darren huddle even deeper in his corner. Why are you running from me, my sweet prince? Come on, let me touch you, I'll give you... The booming voice of an old man dressed in Iomedaean robes shakes the walls of the hall. Get away from him, demon. Let the boy go. By the blade of the inheritor, you touch him only over my dead body. You are pathetic, old cleric. Are you the guardian of this charming little prince? Well, you guarded him in vain. The disease is already circulating his blood, and soon he will rot before your very eyes. You won't be able to help him. And I can at least make sure his death is beautiful, clean, and sweet. The demoness turns her eyeless face to Darren and licks her lips. A coarse laugh escapes from the young man's throat. We'll see about that. Leodor turns to you in astonishment. Droplets of sweat glisten on his temples. Something is wrong, Commander. My spells are not working as expected. It is as if some kind of supernatural explosion occurred here 10 years ago, blending everything together. The magical auras, the emotions, the memories. I will try again to read it. Could it be dangerous? I cannot say for certain, but it's unlikely. The past is in the past, and no one can travel through time except for some uniquely powerful entities like Aeons or perhaps the eldest of the First World. Even though the past of this place is horrible, it poses no threat to us in the present. Go ahead then. Give me a moment to focus. I'll try and channel my visions and feelings to you as accurately as possible. Darren, my boy, what's going on? Leodor's muscular shoulders suddenly begin to shake. The vision he is channeling does not change, but you feel something enormous and chilling silently infiltrate the reality around you. The presence of this nameless being becomes almost palpable. Some alien entity is talking to him. Hurry, old cleric, stop him right now. Do you really want to see what happens when... Save me. Can you save me? The presence thickens into something more tangible. The entity is silent, but you feel your blood pulsing in your temples, and each beat brings a new image, or rather a new notion. Help brings a feeling of relief and safety. Exchange makes the pulse stronger, more demanding. Gate and secret come immediately afterwards. The image becomes heavier, almost visible. Secret, keep the secret, otherwise death. Death, death, death. The gruesome images whirl through your mind, filling it with pain and fear. And then it all starts again. Help, exchange, secret, death. Nestrin stretches out his shaking hand, suddenly looking like a doddering old man instead of a mighty cleric imbued with holy power. Darren, wait! The thing you're about to let loose is even worse than these demons! Darren's body is quivering like a taut bowstring. His eyes dart from the cleric to the demoness, who's frantically casting protective spells. Demon saints, I'm so fed up with all of you. Burn! You're fine, Leodor. Leodor opens his eyes with a groan, then gets back on his feet. His legs are wobbly, his eyebrow is cut, but he seems not to notice. Sincere sorrow is written on his face, as well as a strong hint of horror. What a misfortune, no, what a disaster. Everything is far worse than I imagined. Do you understand now what happened 10 years ago? The Inquisitor slowly exhales through clenched teeth and says in a low voice, still massaging his temples. Yes and no. Damn it, my thoughts are astray. I will try to explain everything to you in full detail. Many living things are capable of performing the most extraordinary feats, good or bad, when a deadly threat looms over them. 10 years ago, the young Count found himself cornered in every sense of the word, and he allowed some alien entity to intercede for him. It frightens me that all my experience as an Inquisitor is completely useless in this case. It does not resemble anything I've ever heard or read about. This entity, I think I'll call it the Other, possesses uncanny power. It was capable of instantly killing 3 greater demons, a mighty cleric, and a host of other mortals. You saw everything yourself. What's worse is that this entity, this Other, is still here. Leodor takes a long pause. His gaze is drawn to the chamber where all the guests are laughing and dancing. Darren's eloquent voice rises above the music for a moment. He's asking someone to bring more wine and adds more logs to the fire. I don't know what exactly this creature is, but I know what it did to the Count. It turned him into a living gateway. The Other is not inside the Count's body. It's not directly controlling his mind. That's why there's no obvious signs of his possession, but it is looking through his eyes. It treats him like a window into our world, and it can instantly step through to wreak whatever havoc it desires. Does Darren know anything about this? Yes, of course he does. Did you not hear what the other tried to convey to us? Help in exchange for a secret. Death. Death to those who know the truth. He wants to have an opportunity to use the Count as a gateway without anyone knowing. This is what made Darren deny that he remembered anything about the conclusion of the events at Heaven's Edge. What does the other, or what might the other want? This is the strangest thing about it all. It came to this world 10 years ago and it's still here, right? All this time it's been watching us through the eyes of the Count. Had it, for instance, wanted to kill Her Majesty the Queen, it would have had plenty opportunities to do so. The Count can get close to practically every influential figure in Mendev, but the other refuses to act, or its interests lie in some other sphere. Did the other kill everyone then? The disease was not to blame? Not everyone, just Nestrin, his paladins, the few remaining guests. Damn it, I know that it was the work of a mysterious, omnipotent entity, but it still stings. I was here 10 years ago, and didn't check everything personally, and those who did failed to sense that something was wrong. Could the other be the reason why my companions keep finding severed heads among their belongings back in Canabris? Seems very likely. I'm almost certain you are right. People tend to lose their heads when they get too close to the Count. Anyway, I do apologize, that was inappropriate. Perhaps your gruesome findings are the heads of some cultists who tried to kidnap the Count during the Canabris slaughter, or perhaps they provoked the other in some other way. To do something. Yes, now I understand Father Nestrin perfectly. I must make a crucial decision despite a dearth of information. The Inquisitor falls silent, then he looks you right in the eye. Commander, first and foremost, I must apologize to you. Second, I must ask you to keep this secret. What are you sorry for? I apologize for dragging you into this mess. You see, the other, an entity of immense power, stated very clearly that it will kill anyone who found out the truth. Anyone who knows that the Count is actually its living gateway. I suppose the secret is currently known to 3 people in Galarian. You, me, and Count Darren. And that means... Leodor gives you a crooked smirk and shrugs. Why should I keep it a secret? As soon as the Count finds out that we know a secret, the other will understand it as well. We do not know what it is, and what exactly is the scope of its powers, but we do know that it would dispose of anyone who might reveal its existence. I've made a decision, Leodor says gravely. I will not tell anyone about the discovery we've just made, not even the Queen or my superiors. Instead, I will go immediately to Nerosium and sift through the archives of the Inquisition in order to find out exactly what we're dealing with, and how it can possibly be defeated. I may also make some cautious inquiries in other places, including Absalom. Still, I will not reveal the truth until I have found at least some reliable information. I'm asking you to do the same. Specifically, do not say a single word about our investigation to the Count himself. So you want me to lead the crusade while carrying a bomb that may explode at any moment. I'm afraid you won't be able to hide from the consequences when this bomb does explode. It's up to you to decide, though. Fine, I'll keep it a secret. Leodor lets out a sigh of relief. You made the right choice. I recommend that you go back to the guests and spend the rest of the evening as you please. Anything else may raise suspicions. I must leave immediately in search of the knowledge we all need so desperately. Farewell, Commander. May the light of Iamade guide your path, and Leodor Hawkblade will try to keep you your path to triumph as clear of any unwanted guests. Well, we already knew that from last time we played, but it's still a really cool event. I like this whole thing. I don't know if my opinion matters to you at all, but you were the very best guest I could ever wish for. Thank you. That's very sweet. I know there's like a ending thing here. We're supposed to talk to someone. Maybe it's just Darren again. Now that Leodor's gone.
Watch out for trouble.
Maybe we just leave. I think we can just go, to be honest. Or we'll try to anyways. Yeah, there's just a zone transition. Alrighty, we're going to end our video here. Initially, this wasn't going to be the end of the video, but the other half of the video ended up being ultra long, so I'm going to split it into 2 different videos. For now, I'll leave you guys here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Others will see you next time. Take care.